YouTube, this is Mr.Lubufu, and I'm here with my Magic the Origins set review. Like usual, the format of this will be with a strict focus on limited to help you guys rock your pre-release. So, in this episode, we're going to go over all of the white cards. Let's start with a Crowan Jailer. Now, there's this, I think this card is pretty bad. There's this stigma of, oh, tappers are great. But the thing is, tappers are efficient when you don't have to use a bunch of mana to use it. And here, having to use 3 mana is pretty constrictive. In addition, you're only getting a 1/1 body, so even itself isn't relevant. So you're using it basically just for the tap ability. And for 3 mana and tap to tap a creature is a little bit too much, in my eyes, for it to be good. Next, we have Amperin Tactician. I think this is a fine card. Depending on how beat down you are, like the more aggressive you are, the stronger it is. But a 4 mana 3/3 is fine. I mean, it's a hill giant like anything else with an extra ability tacked on. It's not first pickable by any stretch of the imagination, but if you're playing it in sealed and you have like a white weenie beatdown deck, it's very strong. Next, we have Anointer of Champions. Now, this got a rarity upgrade. It used to be in, I believe it was Infantry Veteran, which was a 1/1 with the same ability and was a common, and it's been upgraded, and it's a sign of how powerful it really is. The ability to make combat more difficult for your opponent. Again, I'm not a huge fan of 1/1, but this sort of ability makes the 1/1 relevant, and suddenly making combat a lot more difficult for your opponent. So the fact it got upgraded to uncommon says its power level. It is a fine card. Probably play it. It's better in aggressive decks like usual, but again, combat's important. Next, you have Archangel of Tithes. The only thing bad about this is the triple white mana cost for limited, because this card is bonkers. It's a giant flyer. It makes attacking difficult. It makes blocking difficult. It's wonderful. If you open it and are able to play white, you're a very happy person. There's a lot of like really heavy white cost cards. Next, you have Auramancer. Sees print in another Corset. But once again, I keep being disappointed by this card, not because of the card itself, because it's a fine card in a lot of things. But the problem is, and this is true in this set as well, there really aren't many good enchantments to return from your graveyard. That's the biggest problem with this card. If you have the enchantment deck, great. It's almost surely black-white enchantments, but you have to really build it. So almost surely for sealed, you probably won't play this guy. But if you're able to pull up the nut draft deck, that's great. Next, we have Aven Battle Priest. It's a 6 mana 3/3 flyer. The enters 3 life is marginal, but it's 6 mana for a 3/3 flyer. It's just a little bit overcosted. I don't think it's that good. I probably wouldn't play it in 99% of decks that I get it. Next, we have Blessed Spirits. So a 3 mana 2/2 flyer is fine. It's playable in most decks. I mean, it's a Windrake, right? But it's a Windrake with upside. And if we're able to even just cast 1 enchantment spell and get a counter on it, and just get a 3 mana 3/3 flyer, it's absurd. So I would play this in most white decks just because it's a very efficient flyer. And if you get the bonus, great. So fine card. Next, you have Celestial Flare. So those of you, if you recall M15, you never wanted to draft white because it was so weak. No, not M15, M14, pardon. But this was the best card in white, and once again, it's a fantastic card. Remember, you can always cast this after damage happens during the end of combat step. So if they attack with a 1/1 and a 5/5 into your 2/2, you block the 1/1 with your 2/2, eat it, and then after damage, you kill their 5/5. Very powerful cards. One of the best white commons. Not the best. It might be the best. It's pretty good. It's up there. Charging Griffin makes a return. It was fine before. It's again a very solid flyer. It's better in the aggressive decks than in the non-aggressive decks, of course, but it's always a reliable pick. Always, like, I play this in most white decks. Next, you have Cleric of the Forward Order. So it's a bear with upside. So you play and get 2/2 and gain 2 life, and the more you have, the more life you get. I think this is the second best of the. There's a cycle of these. I think it's the second best. Normally life gain isn't that important, but sometimes just playing a second 2/2, gaining 4 life means you've gained 6 life for free. just by playing some 2/2s, and it's plenty of it's just enough to make it powerful, not absurd, but enough that if you have 2 or 3 of these, this is more of a draft card, by the way. If 2 or 3 of these, you'll do fine. Console's Lieutenant is very strong. Again, we have another heavy white converted mana cost, but if you cast this on turn 2, a 2/1 first strike beats basically everything in this format on turn 2. There's very few 2 power or greater greater than 2 toughness guys on turn 2. And then if you once you connect once, you now have a 3/2 first strike, which is even harder for opponents to deal with. And then you get the bonus, and it's just, I love this card. I love this card for limited. Better in a white weenie shell. It's going to be better in draft than sealed, but still super solid. I don't like Enlightened Ascetic, so let's move on. I think this card's like sideboardable at best, but Enshrouded Mist is fine. It's not like the best protection spell because it's not protection. It's just prevent all damage and +1/+1. But it is a fine combat trick if you really need a combat trick. Kithian / Gideon, fantastic. Limited, draft, seal, whatever. I'd play this guy in basically every white deck. Normally 1 mana 2/1s are pretty underwhelming, but the fact you get indestructible and eventually flip him is great. Gideon's Phalanx, depending on how fast the format is, it doesn't look terribly fast. This card is going to be either absurd or just good. I think the card's very, very powerful. Yeah, you get blocked by a 3/3, but normally when you play it the first time, you'll eat some guys, especially if you have Spell Master. You just block, 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 eat a whole bunch of guys, and you're in a very, very good position. Yes, it costs 7, but and it's very obvious that you're leaving some trick up if you leave up 7 mana, but still a very powerful effect. Grasp of the Hieromancer, if you really need enchantments, I guess you play this one. I don't like it that much. Hollowed Moonlight, not a card you want to play for limited. It'll see play in modern sideboards. The best way to think of Healing Hands is like a 3 mana divination, but the card you draw is gain 4 life. Which, it's okay. It's better if you're like trying to trigger spell mastery. I'm not a huge fan of this sort of effect, but I've been wrong before on these sort of things. Sometimes incidental life gain is just good enough. Heavy Infantry is not my favorite card. It's a 5 mana 3/4, and yeah, it taps a creature, so I probably wouldn't play this in most decks. Hexis is very powerful. Apart from being a 5 mana 4/4 with flash, so you can come down, block a 3/3, you'll be able to exile any creatures that deal damage. Now, you have to be careful eventually of removal, because they're like, oh, kill him, get all my guys back, and then you get destroyed, but he's still very powerful. Definitely a very good rare. Knight of the Pilgrim Road, it's a 3 mana 3/2, so if that mana cost and power toughness says anything, you want to smash face with it. And the fact it has Renown means you want to smash face with it. Better in the aggressive decks than anything else, but a very, very solid playable. Knight of the White Orchid is great rare. Definitely play it. Again, the double white's constrictive, but a 2/2 first strike for 2 with bonus upside if you're on the draw is great. Knightly Valor, I underrated it when it came out in Return to Ravnica, and I learned a lot from that. Wizards as well has upped it to uncommon, because it's a very powerful effect. Even if they kill your guy, you just got a free 2/2 of sorts. And if they're unable to kill your guy, you now have a giant creature with Vigilance, and it's pretty nice. So it's a powerful effect, one of the better auras. Kithian's Irregulars is an absolute bomb rare. It's absurd. And smile if you get to play this, because it'll win you games. That's simple. I don't like Kithian's Tactics. I don't think this is the format for Kithian Tactics either, so I wouldn't play it. Mighty Leap's an okay trick, as we saw from Modern Masters. 2, it's, while it's playable, it's not the best. I hated Murder Investigation before. I hated Murder Investigation now. Patron of the Valiant is a 5 mana 4/4 flyer. Stats alone, I'd snap play this in basically every white deck. And then it has little upside if you have renowned creatures. Relic Seeker is one of those cards that all I'm going to say is the 2 mana 2/2 with Renown, which is good enough to just play in any deck, even if you don't have an equipment. P.S. Don't play bad equipment just because it's better with Relic Seer. It's a fine creature. Look at it as a bear with upside, and it's completely playable. So as a bear with upside, it's not insane, but it's a 2/2 or it's 2 mana, possibly 3/3, which is all you want. Sentinel of the Eternal Watch, very powerful. It's one of those things that I would love to open 2 of in sealed and be just super happy, because once you play the first one, you always get to tap their biggest creature. You have a 4/6 with vigilance. That I can't imagine opponents being able to attack effectively with this. Sigil of the Empty Throne is one of those cards that you really have to work for. Really, really, really have to work for. If you can pull it off, great. But don't, like, this might be a draft archetype if you're super greedy. Anyway, I got cut off mid-sentence, but Sigils Fun if you can pull it off. Stalwart Haven is one of those really underrated commons, but it's going to be very powerful. There are not many flyers in this format, and once you get a 2/4 flyer, it's going to dominate the air. So definitely like one of the premier commons of the set. So in draft the first week or two, look to pick this guy up. And if in sealed you open him, play him, see how wonderful he is. Starfield Mix, don't play it in limited. You can do fun things in standard, but not in limited. Suppression Bonds is an expensive arrest, but it's so it's not premium removal, but it's removal, so you're content with it. But talking about premium removal, Swift Reckoning. Ooh, baby, I love this card. So it's Assassinate in white for 1 less. That can also be an instant. Jam this into every white deck you're playing. That simple. It's super powerful. Topa Unfree Blade, as we see, it's another 2 mana 2/2 with upside. If you're able to get it to a 3/3 vigilance, you're just gonna gum up the ground and have a constant attacker. So it's pretty solid. As you can see, this white in this format has this nice little aggressive feel to it. I don't like Totem Guard Heartbeast. I didn't like it before. Yes, it's like, oh, I can search up my suppression bonds. Ha 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 ha. But it wasn't good in Rise. And I don't think it's gonna be good here. Tragic Arrogance is a complete bomb. Basically, it says, I keep my best creature, you keep your worst creature. Boom, done. I would take that all day, every day. Valorant Akros, no, thank you. It's a gimmicky enchantment. Burton Wingmare, 3 mana 2/1 flyer, great. Extra bonus, sure. Definitely a card I would play. War Oracle, best white uncommon in the set, and that's even considering, you know, Swift Reckoning and these other ones. Best white uncommon. This card is, at absolute worst, a hill giant with lifelink. At best, it's a 4/4 lifelink. If you know 4/4 life, like 4/4 lifelinkers for 4, just insane. There's no way, like, this card's absurd. Love this card. And lastly, the Ox. Don't play it unless you get the super aggressive deck, and even still, Anyway, that's it for white. Thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to check out the other colors, and I'll see you guys next time.